Cartoons.
No chain, no gain!
Welcome to the Undead element. Is it time for Spooky to come? Boo.
And more, you might have got the big and most of
from LambCam. So anyways, let's get some spooky stuff. LambCam presents the Halloween series 2014. Lambie makes ghosts in a jar.
Lambie here, and welcome to another Halloween video for 2014.
Really? Got the craft?
This is another craft video. And yeah, as you can tell, I'm wearing my Halloween costume. If you saw last week's video, Mom said I could wear it early. And yeah, as promised, I did give her some candy. So anyway, guys,
I know, very spooky time about this.
Look, I got wings,
I like
guys.
that
Check
one,
it out.
yes.
So anyway,
As you're so popular to me.
And we're going to go through the supplies that you need to do this. A lot of it are things that you can find around your house. And yeah, let's get started. Alright, so Mom and I are going to be showing you the things that you're going to need to make your own ghost in a jar. So yeah, let's get to it. So,
Hi, I'm Mavis, and I'm from Hotel Transylvania.
Hello
again. I'm Whisper from Yokai Watch, and I'm from I guess you gotta get the ghost. And I'm Roller Brawl. I'm from Skylanders. Get ready for some spooky stuff on this.
Little ghost in a jar too that I can.
Very
So
amazing.
let's move on. You're also going to need sticks that you get out of your backyard, guys. It's pretty simple. Just go to your backyard and grab some sticks. Old sticks off of a tree or ones that are laying on the ground are perfect. So you're going to need those. You're also going to need styrofoam, which you can get at a craft store.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like a little bit farcy on this.
Mom. Lambie? Well, it's distracting me. Okay, so you're going to need some type of styrofoam, because that's what you're going to stick the stick down into, huh? So we have one that we have cut to the size of the inside of the lid. We'll show you how to do that. And then we have a little one for the little jar. Then you're going to need your supplies for the ghosts. And you're going to need styrofoam
I love
balls.
Lambie. How very cute was very special on my own is that, huh?
Different sizes, probably a little smaller. You don't want it to be too big. And then, to make the ghost, you're going to need gauze. And this is just medical gauze that you find in first aid.
Oh my goodness. I don't want to do to get to your questions, but it seems a little bit very spooky on to me.
You're going to use that to draw the eyes on the ghost. You're also going to need some moss. Now, this stuff is just creepy old moss. And you've probably seen it in some of my decoration videos. And all you have to do is use this to put it at the bottom to camouflage the
very
styrofoam.
spooky
so you'll
moss.
see that in a minute as well. But you're going to need some sort of moss, or you could use dried grass, anything like that. And last but not least, you're going to need glue sticks and a glue gun. Mom, where's the glue gun? Alright, we got the glue gun. And a glue gun. Now, guys, glue guns, if you've never used one, what it does is that little stick that's in there, it goes inside, and the gun heats that glue up, and it makes it very, very hot. So if you're using a glue gun, make sure you get your parents' help. Otherwise, if you don't have one of these, you can also use craft glue that you get from a craft store or a drugstore.
Craft glue.
So anyway, let's get started.
Still gotta talk about this on this.
Okay guys, so welcome to another Halloween video. This one we're going to be making ghosts in a jar. So Lambie already went over the supplies
Yes,
you'll need
any
with you,
particular
and now I'm gonna tell you
Halloween
how
on
to do it.
this?
So
For
first
the
things
undead
first,
elements?
you need to make sure
Well,
you
that's
start off with
against
a
the
clean
club,
jar,
you know.
make sure the label's removed, and you just take the lid off. This used to be a pasta sauce jar, that's why that's orange right there. And what we did is we took a piece of styrofoam before we started the video and we cut it so it fits inside that circle. Now you don't want this to be too big because then you won't be able to put this on top like that and close it. So you need to make sure that your styrofoam doesn't have to be a perfect circle because all of this is going to be covered up. But make sure that it's right in the middle of that circle on the inside of the lid. Now, once the glue gun heats up, which we've already plugged in and we've put it on top of this cardboard so it doesn't drip on the placemat.
The glue gun is
Once
really
that glue gun
hot.
heats up and the glue melts, we're going to use that glue to attach this to this, and that's the first step. So the glue gun is starting to drip, so that's how I know that it's ready. So I'm going to take my styrofoam here, and I am going to put some glue. Be careful with this. This is very hot. It will burn you. So make sure that you have your parents' help if you're using a hot glue gun. Otherwise, you can use a craft glue. And then you stick that to the top of your lid. And see? It's glued on. So we have to let that glue
Glued
cool for a
up!
minute. So there's that. And then while we have the glue gun going, we are just going to also do the lid for the little one for Lambie. So we're going to put the glue right in the center, like that, and then take it and stick it right in the middle. It has to be directly in the middle so it doesn't hit the lip of the jar. See? So it goes on like that.
Still that really
So
dangerous
both
to
of
me.
those are now glued, so that's good. Now, the next part is the fun part. This is where you get to start taking your sticks and things and sticking them down into the styrofoam. That's what you need the styrofoam for, is to stick that in there. So we have our sticks from the backyard, and I'm cutting them down to size because this one was too tall for this jar. So you kind of have to look to see how tall it needs to be for the jar. So I like this one, but this arm up here is too long. So I'm going to break that off.
So
I'm going to get
big!
this to size. Now, another thing you can do to see if it fits
God.
is you stick it in. Now see how that one's sticking out? It doesn't work very well. So what we can do is we can cut this one down to size like that. All right, so now you can see that it fits in the jar. What you do is you take this and you stick it down into the center of the styrofoam. So now the ghosts, what you need is these little balls. Now you can also use styrofoam balls, which would just stick right on top of here, and that would be very convenient. But unfortunately, we do not
Very
have
good
them.
one,
So we're
Vlad.
using these little pom-pom soft
I'll show
things.
you what you ever
And
got
I'm going to
to
be
see
using the glue
this.
because I can't stick it on. I'm going to
How
be using
very
the glue,
spooky
which
this
is
time.
very, very careful, and get your parents' help because it will burn you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this cotton ball on here and then add the gauze to make the ghost. So first things first, we add some hot glue to the pom-pom. Like I said, guys, be very careful. This will burn you. And then you stick it on top of here and hold it for a few seconds so the glue adheres to the stick and to the pom-pom. See? Like that. So you have to let that dry for a minute before we start putting the gauze on top. So in the meantime, while that's drying, you can be taking your medical gauze, and this is just gauze that you would find in a first aid kit. You need to take your medical gauze and cut it to the size that you want. All right, so I have draped my cloth over the little pom-pom, and then I took my black marker and I put little eyes, which didn't really come out like solid eyes. They look almost a little spookier than that. It's because of the gauze and the ink kind of spread out, so it almost looks like spider eyes. It's kind of creepy, actually. Next thing you're going to do is take some of that moss that I showed you earlier and put it around the bottom. And putting it around the bottom is going to camouflage and hide your styrofoam that the stick is in. Alright guys, there's the close-up view. You can see the moss
Ooh,
at the
much
bottom.
very close to my
Ghost,
eyes
and
on
his
that.
creepy spider eyes.
Very
And
spooky.
then I think if you had a styrofoam ball under this, it might work a little better, but because of the soft pom-pom and because of the gauze, the ink kind of just, like I said, just kind of spread out. But you get the idea that it's a ghost. Actually, these eyes look a little creepier than regular ghost eyes. And then you can see where I put the moss up there in the tree. So there is your up-close
Not bad for a spooky
view
time.
of your little ghost.
To me.
And now the fun part is putting him inside the jar. Alright, so then what you're going to do is you're going to take your jar and you're going to carefully maneuver him inside like that. Now, you take the jar and you gotta twist it closed. And if you have any extra moss sticking out, just pull that right off.
Pull it out. Pull it
Like
out.
this. Just pull that off so that way it stays shut. And there you have it, guys. Your
Ooh.
ghost in a
Voila.
jar.
That's a ghost in a
Alright
jar.
guys, so there's the ghost inside the jar, and the little one's over here. See, there's the finished product for the itty bitty one. That one's mine. I don't know what to name him. What should I name him? Leave me a comment below, let me know. I think he's cute. Alright guys, so that concludes this video for how to make a ghost in a jar. If any of you guys make these, show me your recreations on Twitter or on Facebook or on Instagram. All those links are in the description box below.
Well, that's it. So, see you next time for my Tune Out This Weekend Reaction Time Element Showcase Undead. See you later.
Well, that's all folks. Good night. Thanks for watching.
Get lost. Well, thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.
We'll do the wedge. Okay, bye.